All right, so now that we figured it out, we can actually bring in our own custom waveforms, and we have a lot of other options on 3 oscillator that allow us to mess around. How exactly, once we have a straight sound, do we kind of give it some character, maybe some bite, a little bit of a pluck? This is where the envelope and instrument settings comes in. So in this part, you'll have 5 different options. You'll have your panning part. This allows you to change the sound going from left to right, maybe do some automation there. You have the volume option. This will allow you to use what's called an envelope to give your sound a little bit more pluck. Maybe you want to make it sound like a violin, so bring it in slowly and fade out. Again, this will be something. If you don't have some sound design experience, go down, learn all about this. Really helps. Do just quickly touching over it. Volume here. Mod X. I don't know why they call it Mod X, to be honest. It's really just the open and close part of the filter. But I don't know. They're like, ooh, we'll try to hide it under these weird fancy names and see if they can figure it out on the fly. But Mod X, all that does is it takes your sound, makes it less harmonically rich. So I don't know what image I was thinking. So you guys need to get your shit together. And then same with Mod Y. Like, what the hell? This is just the resonance knob. Like, why don't you just call it that, guys? It's not helpful. Like, just quit trying to confuse the shit out of us. So yeah, that does that. If you're not familiar with filter resonance, again, a little bit of sound design. Pitch, my favorite little frame there, allows you to mess around with the pitch, give it maybe a little bit of a pluck transient at the beginning, or maybe some vibrato if you want to do that. So those are all the 5 things. I'll really quickly show you guys how to use each one to give your sounds some character. And also remember, because these are sampler, these are options that are not only available to 3 oscillator, but let's say if you bring in a snare, you can go mess around with the automation here. You can do whatever tricks you can do the 3 oscillator, you can do to your snare. So one thing, I'll show you guys maybe, one thing I like to do sometimes, I'll take my snares and I'll arpeggiate them. Because, why the hell not? So, that's some fun we'll be having in the next coming videos.